What's going on, everyone? So we are vastly approaching this back end of the NBA season. And the Lakers, leading into this All-Star break, were on a 6 out of 7 game streak, which is huge. They've even won 11 out of the last 15, which is even bigger, and they need to kind of keep that pace. I think that they're going to need around 45 wins if they're going to want to get that 6 seed. Currently, the Lakers are the 9th seed. They are 2 games back of the Kings, which they play them twice coming up in the next few weeks. Got to get both of those wins. That could move us into the 8th seed, and now only need to win one play-in game. But obviously, the idea is to get to the 6th seed. They currently, right now, are 3.5 games back of the Suns and the Pelicans. It's really like 3 games because the Lakers have the tiebreakers over both of those teams. So, Lakers handle their business, do their job. They could end up moving into that 6th or 5th seed. But this starting 5, real question is, have they gotten it right? Right? They are currently, since moving Rui into the 5 and going with DLo, Reeves, LeBron, Rui, and Anthony Davis, that 5-man unit is currently 5-0. The Lakers as a team have won 6 of the last 7, as I mentioned. They've been 11th in defense during that stretch, which is incredible considering Lakers have missed 4 of their top 5 defensive players. So the fact that they aren't 20th is very impressive, and is a team that I do believe once everybody's back, once everyone's healthy, once they kind of figure out the rotation fully, I really could see this team being top 5 offense, top 5 defense. You might be thinking, top 5 offense? Well, yes, top 5 offense. During this stretch, they are 2nd in offensive rating, 1st in assists, and 1st in turnover percentage. So they're taking care of the basketball. They're sharing the basketball. Guys are getting good looks. They're scoring the basketball. Their offense is clicking. Things have been really good for the Lakers in that regard, and they really need to keep it up. Now, I do have questions, and this is me personally. I do have questions come the postseason of how does this starting 5 look. Now, offensively, I definitely think that they will be awesome, right? But once you get into the postseason, I have concerns that now you're playing the elite teams, now you're playing the best teams, and you have a lot of holes in this starting 5, particularly on the defensive side of things. Now, Austin Reeves has been much more serviceable lately. DLo has been very serviceable. Rui tries. But I just have concerns come the postseason. Rui Hachimura is not good defending out on the perimeter against the quicker, twitchier, athletic guys. He's not good navigating through and over screens. He gets put in that action, and more times than not, he's lost or misses the assignment. And then on top of that, we've already seen what teams are doing to Austin Reeves and just kind of targeting him. And how does the starting 5 look in the postseason when teams go, okay, let's just put Rui in pick and roll action all game. Let's just put and target him with quicker, athletic, twitchier guys. And then Austin Reeves is another guy that we can go and kind of bully and target. I have concerns in that regard. It may not be a problem at all. The Lakers may be totally fine. I do think matchups matter too. I think Rui would be fine against a Minnesota or an Oklahoma City Thunder, something like that, right? But if we end up playing like the Clippers, do you really want Rui guarding Paul George and Kawhi? Do you really want Rui defending against say Michael Porter Jr. or something? I don't know. I mean, it might be tough, or like a Kevin Durant. I have concerns that they just put Rui in a bunch of action and he just kind of gets lost out there at times. But again, time will tell. We got to continue to see. It's been a 5-game sample size, really. That's not really enough to know if this is the answer or it isn't. But it's definitely a step in the right direction. Obviously, Rui isn't the only reason this starting 5 is working. Rui, again, has been great in this stretch, especially without LeBron. We just saw the 36-point performance from Rui during that stretch. But a lot of it has also been D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, right? D'Angelo Russell has been spectacular. Really the last month, if not, you could argue month and a half. So that is a big reason because you're getting his offensive production, you're getting his 3-point shooting. He's shooting a impressive 46.5% from the field and averaging 17.5 points. But he has really, again, picked it up over this last stretch of games. He's shooting like 42% from 3-point range, which is massive. And then Austin Reeves, again, during this stretch of last like 10 games or so, Austin Reeves has really picked it up nicely as well. Austin Reeves was struggling mightily on both sides of the basketball earlier in the season. But these last like 10 games or so, he's really done a nice job of kind of righting the ship and turning it around a little bit. These last 10 games or so, he's shooting around 41, almost 42% from 3-point range. Last 10 games, he's shooting 41.7% from 3, which again is huge. He's also averaging 6.5 assists per game, 1.2 steals, and 19.5 points. That's a big reason for the turnaround. Oh, and he's also almost shooting 50% from the field. So you have DLo and Reeves looking like DLo and Reeves, both shooting 48% from the field, and then both of them are shooting almost 42% from 3-point range. It's a big factor. It's one of the big reasons beyond Rui for why this offense is clicking. I think even if Jared Vanderbilt was in the starting unit, I think with the way Reeves and DLo are shooting the basketball and scoring the basketball, along with LeBron and AD, I think we'd be up there as far as offense goes. Again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Rui Hachimura. He has been very good, but he is best at the 4. Right? When he gets to play the 4 spot is when he usually has his biggest games and his biggest moments and his biggest offensive outputs. And he's just kind of the 5th option out there in the starting 5. But again, I don't want to take anything away from Rui. Rui has been spectacular. And it's one of the things that like is unfortunate, in my opinion, because he's such a mismatch. Seriously, he makes things look so easy when he gets the opportunities, right? But you look over the last 10 games for him. In the last 10 games, he's averaging 14.8 points. He's shooting 47.2% from 3 and 62% from the field. I mean, again, I don't want to take anything away from Rui Hachimura. The dude has been spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. During the regular season in total, he's averaging 12 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1.1 assists. He's shooting 40% from 3-point range and 51.5% from the field. A lot of it, again, is just the lack of opportunity. It's the lack of role and utilization. Now, part of the utilization is just, as long as LeBron James is on this team, he's never going to be properly utilized. The other part of the utilization is I feel like Darvin Ham doesn't put him in the best positions in order to have the most success. There are so many times where throughout the course of the season, not so much lately, but throughout the course of the season, we have seen Rui Hachimura on the basketball court, and the Lakers offense is just no one can buy a bucket, but Rui's just kind of standing in the corner, and it's like, can we get him on the block and give him the basketball and just see if he can generate offense? I don't understand why we're not doing that. And credit Rui a lot too, because Rui hasn't settled as much as he did last year and for a good majority of this year. Another big reason for Rui's success the last like 10 games is he hasn't been just settling on, okay, let me shoot this 3. Right? If he's wide open and there's no one around, he's taking the shot and he's hitting it. But he's also letting the offense come to him, right? So he's getting the basketball. You'll see he'll give the little pump fake. He'll step in, pull up in the mid-range, or he'll be aggressive and attack the basket and use his physical traits and use his tools to his advantage, right? Because everybody that's his size can't keep up with him. And anybody that's, smaller, he's just too big, too bulky, too strong, too physical. He really is a mismatch. And a lot of like the LeBron James, working with LeBron James is starting to show and really shine, like genuinely. You really see what what LeBron has done with him and their relationship and their dynamic and the way that they play off of each other, that it's going to go a long way. And Rui needs to keep actively speaking to LeBron, working with LeBron, and just keep learning, keep growing. Again, I love Rui. I still think that there's a big part of me that's like, I would like to see him off the bench just so he can kind of be more of a focal point offensively. The problem is that you have to actually make him a focal point offensively. Because I just like the idea of, like, when everyone's healthy, like, imagine a bench unit of, like, Rui with Hayes or Wood, Spencer Dinwiddie, Gabe Vincent, and then like a Prince or Cam Reddish. I just think that'd be a really nice balance. Rui gets to be a real focal point on the offensive side. I think him and Spencer Dinwiddie could do some real damage off the bench. I kind of like that idea. And then if DLo and Reeves can continue to play the way that they've played, you move Vando into the starting unit again when everyone's healthy, and you just got, again, that nice balance. But look, whatever they decide to do, this team looks good. The starting five looks good. If it keeps cooking, right? If things keep working the way it is, then you leave it, right? Like, why fix, why try to fix what ain't broke? But if you start seeing those signs, because again, it's only been a handful of games. So I don't know if we can really look at that and go, okay, that's the real reason that the Lakers are winning. Because even before this new starting five, the Lakers were on a roll, right? The Lakers are 11 out of their last 16. So it's not just the 5-game sample size in which these guys started. It's that plus the other units and stuff. So to me, it depends on how does this continue to look. I think you got to stick with it, right? And not just that, like, what are your better options? I mean, you could go with like a Spencer Dinwiddie or whatever, but like, give him time, let him get adjusted, let him get acclimated, all that stuff. Stick with the starting five, see how it looks, see how it grows, see how it develops. If it starts to become a problem and the defense does become an issue, then, make that adjustment from there. But right now, I mean, the offense is cruising. And it's a big part of just collectively this team sharing the basketball, playing the right way, ball's not sticking, guys are moving, you got a lot of action, a lot of movement. I love seeing that stuff. That's the kind of stuff you got to love to see. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? Are you somewhere in between? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.